exciting moment, taking the Porsche now to begin the installation of Alphabet Engine. I love driving the car, so I didn't want to begin the project not knowing I had everything ready to finish it. Finally, I think it's ready. I'm hoping it's like a Lego set that I can just put together. So I'm taking it to my friend's garage where I'm going to do the assembly over the next few months. Rich, his YouTube channel is Rich Rebuild, so I thought it'd be fun to do the project with him, and also then maybe some of it will end up on his channel. So very exciting. You can see the car is full of parts, and this is it. All right, that's it. This is where she's gonna be till she's all done. Here is the original system on there. It is a 1979 Bosch designed CIS system. CIS stands for Continuous Injection System. It's pretty ingenious. As a mechanical fuel injection, more or less, it would keep a continuous spray of fuel. In the 60s and 70s, they had these beautiful either carburetors that had these vertical stacks, or they had a very early different type of injection system that was these beautiful stacks. And I used to see all these pictures of it from like the late 60s and 1970. Just these trumpets, and they make a very different sound. So I always thought it'd be really cool. What if you could take motorcycle throttle bodies, this is off an MV Agusta 3-cylinder, and made parts so that you could actually have a totally electronic fuel injection system that looks like the 1970 old carburetor system. Well, here is the old fuel injection system throttle body here, that when you turn it, lets air in. This moves as the air gets sucked in, and that's what adjusts the fuel that is controlled by this fuel distributor, which has a very simple plunger type system that goes up and down to allow the fuel to then come out the fuel injectors. Here's a moment of truth. What? Intake system is in finally, replacing this really huge CIS system from 1979. But a very special shout out to my friends at Sway. They'd help me with all the iterations of 3D printing, all these different trumpets, trumpet sizes, materials, really fantastic. Thank you guys at Sway. All right, so here's my stuff, which I thought was cool, right? But look what's right next to me here. This. Look at that beast. That is a turbo, hey Joey.
How are ya? That
is a turbocharged Hayabusa motor in the back of an old Volkswagen pickup, but that's not all. There's an electric motor up front. So Joey, what does this thing put out for horsepower?
500, 400.
500 horsepower between the front and rear.
If we want to get nuts, we can really turn this thing up, change the injectors and change the rods and be about 750 plus.
Sheesh.
So it's no joke.
All right, that is what the O2 sensor is going to screw into. So now we can measure the exhaust and the amount of combustion that's occurring. About to do something that I hope they never have to do. I'm going to try to machine an engine part while it's still on the machine. I have to put a screw in the end of the camshaft so that that head of the screw becomes a reference for a sensor, so we know the timing and location of the cam. But I don't want to disassemble the whole motor. So made kind of a little fixture here, and we'll see if we can keep it straight. You also might see me break it, and you might see me cry for the first time. This is a guide, and using the mark on the drill as the depth. The tap into the camshaft was successful for the sensor, no tears, but then the wiring was a whole nother chapter. Another exciting milestone. Got the two systems talking. You're seeing the fuel map here, which is showing in its axes manifold pressure, engine RPM, and a bunch of other parameters. And the output is the milliseconds of fuel delivery. That's amazing. It's cycling between 50% and 100% throttle. The fuel map calculating what's going to create a stoichiometric mixture, which is the perfect mixture of fuel and air to create the right amount of combustion. But to do that, all the meters and sensoring have to work. They're communicating with the computer inside the car. All right, here we go. Very hopeful. Think we just solved the ignition problem. And I got a sputter, a good sputter before. Let's see if this will do it. Holy crap! It's running and it's staying running. Holy cow! Oh my God!
Is he gonna drive it? Are you gonna drive this thing?
I don't know. Should I drive it?
I mean, yeah, we can pull you back once it breaks down, sure. Go ahead, go for a spin. How do you feel?
I am elated. This is amazing.
Pretty big deal.
I can't believe it.
Big deal. Be proud.